All right, we're back with some more robot ratings. Now I'm recording at 4 a.m. But anyways, here we go. Got old robot, right? Got a hood intake going fast. Bam, 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 bam. Wow, that's a fast hood intake, right? Is that on 2 motors? I'm not too sure. I'm gonna give it an 8 here. Definitely looks good. Definitely performing good. It's one of our robot coaches right there. And it's rebuild, 1 week rebuild done, right? And they went to Hansa with this. They did all right, I think. Low will. I think unfortunately they didn't make elims, but hey, it's definitely a good, good uh, prototype, right? For the some maybe for some teams to mess with at least. But here we go, 1585Z. We got another Lady Brown, but the Lady Brown's here. I like the plastic, right? I think this might stick out a little too far, but I mean, I do like how you got it properly supported, so it'll probably end up being okay. And yeah, not much to really comment about. I think you might want to add like a bar here, right? So just coming in from the top of this, right, C channel to here. So then I think the only place where it's like this Lady Brown, uh, like chassis part is Lady Brown like holder is supported, right? Is back here by some screws. So definitely would suggest adding some more supports here. That's about it. Looks nice, looks nice. I'm gonna give it a B tier. Next up, it's me and my teammates, second year robotics 4774Z. Looks pretty nice. I like how they pretty bold here, right? With that design with only one sprocket at the top. And yeah, I like how they're bold again to use steel in the drivetrain, but I mean that definitely helps because even if it's a little bit heavier, I think sometimes that pays off. It just be a little bit stronger. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a C tier. Pretty solid. Second middle school robot. This is my second year of robotics. We don't have a lot of flex wheels. Let's take a look. No, fair. They don't have a lot of flex wheels, right? They either do a fast chain intake at the front, or they do something like this, right? A roller intake, right? This is definitely pretty ingenious, actually, right? Applaud these guys. Pretty nice. I like the outside the box thinking here, right? I'd cut your low train shaft a little bit, and other than that, make sure your poly's a little bit more supported. Maybe even move some of the stuff back because it's gonna might get destroyed in comp. I'd either move this chain to the inside or move it at least further towards closer to the C channel, and also would add some protection on the outside, maybe some poly. One more thing is I'll add I'd add a trap door here, right? A roof, a cover here, right? So the ring doesn't bounce around in there. I think a D tier is pretty fair. Frankie, goofy up there on Goofy our robot. It's a pretty goofy robot. I do like how you got some food out here. They got some rice, pretty nice. They got a flap intake. Guessing it's running at 600 RPM direct. Looking pretty nice, right? I think a lot of teams who don't have access to CNCs or laser cutters that want to make like a really consistent hook, then they should. And this is a really good way to do it, right? It was just a pillow bearing, right? That's flipped upside down, and some standoffs, right? And this really allows you to get those millimeter like those millimeter variable like consistencies, right, on these, because you kind of need that for the hooks, right? If you hand cut them, then could be a little bit less consistent than if you just use the Vex parts to make your own. So it's pretty nice. I'm gonna give it a C tier. Just to give you a visual of how far Luke is behind. Oh, don't worry. I'm so much further behind now, because this is from October, and we're about to be in December. So yeah, another one bites the dust. Bam, 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 bam. One thing I like to point out is they got these. I know there's a lot of teams, right, who are starting to like min max the robot, are building these little triangular intake um, ramps on the bottom, right? Really to reduce a lot of that surface friction, right? Really less surface area contact, less friction. So putting that theory to work. It's good nest here from me. I like that. Waiting on plastic pieces to be cut. Yeah, that's totally fair. Looking clean. I definitely like where this is going. This is, one thing I would like to advise against is using 11 watts on the Lady Brown, right? Either do a 16.5 intake system or 11 and then 5.5, 5.5, right? Really makes your Lady Brown a lot stronger, which is, a lot of teams don't really think about that. It also balances out the power, because if you don't want one side to be, going a little bit further than the other side, so you want your Lady Brown power to be balanced. Anyways, I'm gonna give this an A tier. Stonk. This is a 10-minute drive, highly illegal in Vex High School, at least. Yeah. Currently on the bus to Indiana to go lose to 100A in R16. 1233E with a Lady Brown. Wait, no, that's a fish mag. Never mind. Made me think of Lady Brown because of that chassis setup, right? With like this C channel extending out of their hook, looking pretty nice actually. But yeah, definitely a fish mech is definitely not the play to go. I think everybody already knows that in the community. I think that there's that one video that hyped it up like crazy, but then whenever everyone built it, they were like, "Oh, this thing sucks. This thing sucks balls." Right? It's just because you can't go twice on it, right? You have to fully commit, and then if you miss, then you're cooked. Then you got to pick it back up. Or if it falls out of the field, then you got to go grab another one, right? Well, on the other hand, Lady Brown, right, under heavy defense, we can see recent signature events such as Speedway, where the Ace Robotics was able to just go for multiple different times of scoring with the exact same ring in that Lady Brown, right? They don't, even if they miss, right, it's still in there. They can still go again, but this one uses momentum and just the sheer speed of that ring, right? Really using that like circular acceleration, or that centripetal force to hold that ring onto the end of this C channel, right? But once that force is gone, that ring is gonna fall off. So it's gonna get a C tier for me. But yeah, can't watch a YouTube video, but I do know that Echo did go kind of crazy on that. So pretty nice. How many points is this? Not too sure. Here we go. 4694A with their robot. I think this plastic goes up way too high, right? If you're building a hood, then maybe, yeah, it's reasonable. But if it's a hook, then your plastic should be just as minimum as possible, right? Reduce that friction, really. Get rid of that friction. Yeah, even if you're doing a hood, right? I'd cut out the middle, right? Reduce some friction, if you can reduce some friction, why don't you reduce some friction? So, But yeah, one thing I don't like about this is they have the bearing flats on the outside. Just why? Put them on the inside, please. Keep them safe on the inside. Don't put them on the outside. And this is really just making your robot really just so much more of a weird case. But they are doing 5.5 watt motors though, so that's not too bad. But they got them on spacers or bearing flats again. You don't really need to do that. It's just making me a little uncomfortable. But hey, pretty nice build. And yeah, I think the only spot you would use high strength shaft, right, is the first stage. But they use low strength shaft, so it is what it is. Pretty nice. I'm gonna give it a C tier. I think that's fair. All right. Yes, this is now like 4:10. I'm gonna go to sleep now. It's 4:10 a.m.